All right, I am here and I am back for my fourth game of Legacy of You. Off to a rocky start overall for the campaign. I came out hot in game one, completely dominated that game, probably got a little bit too overconfident, and then I now have been struggling. The game two, I had that fort, the stronger fort, and it just kind of dwindled my resources. And then game three, I still had the weakened part of the fort, but man, it was still just I couldn't keep up. I don't know. I just could not keep up. So here we are. The bright sides. I have totally defeated the fort. Both stages, that's gone. I last game finished the third food shortage card. Of course, I got a fourth food shortage card. So we'll kind of see what happens there. But eventually that's got to end. Story-wise, food shortage is getting pretty cool. I'm figuring out, or I figured out last game who did it, and so it made it story-wise seem like it was coming to an end, but there was another card, so we'll see. I got another reward for losing, or not reward for losing. Better way of putting it is bonus, because I was bad at the game and lost again. So I will have that. So there's my food shortage card. So yeah, I have possible these extra canals in spots 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3 are normally these canals here. Let me put it there. That you trash a card when you build. Now I have, instead of trashing a card, potential to gain a card. So there's 2 of each, so whatever that is, about a 50% chance that one will come out. So let's start it off with that and see how happy or angry I am at that. Not that one. Okay. What are we at? 66% on this one. No, rough game. Okay, no. That happens sometimes. Nothing there, nothing there. And let's shuffle these guys up. Yeah. Oh, but that's okay, because kind of like playing a base game now. And I know I can do pretty good at the base game. Okay, story. If I build canal spot number 5. And good old regular card for canal spot number 6. Let's get my huts here. Last time I just could not get my huts out. That was really disappointing. And I couldn't tuck a card the first round because it was like I think I had 2 yellow workers and 2 blue as the tucks. Just not quite what I was wanting. Let's do those. Alright, got the huts out. Let's shuffle up the barbarian deck. So tonight I've got a little bit of time. I know I'm starting quite a bit later than I normally do. But I'm going to probably try and at least play 1 game. For sure, obviously. Depending on how long it goes, though, I think I'm going to try for a 2nd game. So, yeah, we'll see. Let's set that there. Shuffle up these townsfolk. And again, I mention it all the time, but I just really like how quick setup is with this. Aside from shuffling up these decks, that's pretty much it. Oh, and almost did it again, but I need to put out my my buildings. So, I'm feeling good about this game. Other than the food shortage card, nothing really different than a normal game besides this fifth story spot. Disappointed I'm not getting my bonus, but again, just normal game. Now, last time what really actually hurt me was my starting deck had 2 of my draw an extra card townsfolk, which I just don't know are great for the beginning of the game. So looking, box insert seems to help. Yeah, man. This box insert is so cool. I'm going to switch it over. There we go. It is so cool. I don't know if you can see it as well to the side, right? But like that was all my buildings there. Clear picture. If you move the wood over to the side, you can see there's, well, I did that bad. But there's a little wood icon, right? Shell icon. All the people and their little icon there. It says townsfolk, right? There says barbarian cards. Yeah, the insert is just, it is awesome. And Alex, thank you for sticking around. Hopefully I don't disappoint you today. That's my goal, not to disappoint Alex in this playthrough. Okay, so I think I got it. Let's I say I think I got it. I literally have nothing out here. Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's draw my first 4 cards and see what I got to work with. Oh my goodness, look at this. It is happening again. The same old song and dance, drawing a card at the beginning. Okay. So last time I did this, it made it where I had to build canal turn 1. Which put me in a really bad spot. Don't necessarily want that. This time I can tuck for me. Put everything up actually. You can see. So this time I could tuck for a white worker, which would not make me draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This I'm gonna have to draw at least 1. So I know no matter what, I'm gonna have to at least draw 1. So I'm gonna do that now. Get my shell. This is interesting because I'm about to get a ton of workers and no real building resources, so I cannot build this turn. Unless I do draw another card. I have you guys in the background as I study for the LSAT. Seems to help. Well, that's good. I would think that we're a distraction. Maybe you should just tell me, Devin, shut up so I can study. I'll tune in when I want. No, but that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Do I draw another card? Or do I tuck it? I'm not trashing cards. So let's get a yellow and a red. Let's do the things I know I'm for sure going to do. Like add this guy to my deck. I'm going to tuck one of these. It's getting white workers either way. So I could bribe, which means I could draw. I just don't know how great that is. Because I'm not getting a white worker. Yeah, let's tuck this one. I just don't want to draw right now. I don't want to draw any faster than I have to. Granted, I would be shuffling the same time. Maybe I do draw. Let's do it. I changed my mind again. Draw a card. More workers. It doesn't really matter which one I tuck here. So Let's tuck. I'll know I need 2 red in the immediate future, so let's just tuck that one and get the red worker. Put a worker here for provision and spend 2 provisions to recruit both those. Okay. Man, not quite the start I wanted as per usual, but that's alright. I have to bribe the barbarian for the attack. Put that there. Draw these up. Okay, getting 2 white workers, getting a shell, getting a provision, drawing my hand of 4. Oh my goodness, my deck is 4 of the draw 1 cards. I'm going to lose again, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna have to shuffle mid-turn, so I need to keep that in mind. Let's get the 2 provisions. And since I'm going to have to shuffle when I play these guys, I want to do is build up and play as many cards as I can. So I'm going to build the build on here. That's a wood. If I had known that I had 4 of those cards in my deck, I would have definitely not drawn, but I did not. Nice game earlier, Paul. Yes, Paul. Hey, what's up, Shelby? Paul did play a nice game earlier. Oh, got my things. Let's get blue worker. And now I want to add this to the deck. I want to so I agree with Paul there on role player. You can really grind out and crunch out your turns, which is a lot of fun, but that happens whether you're playing solo or multiplayer. So I think that the solo game just benefits more into getting to really think out your turns, because otherwise you can play 3-player and 2 people are just sitting there while you're really thinking about how to maximize your dice placement and manipulation. And y'all are distracting me. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I can defeat this. Gets me a white worker. I want to do as much as possible before I draw here. Alright, so I got 2 options. I could not defeat this card. And what would I do instead? I would recruit these 2 and really just recruit 3. But really that's kind of the same thing, because I'm trashing this, which would be like adding this. So at the cost of 1 more provision, I get another white worker and a shell. So definitely the better case. No, I can't do that. I don't have a black worker. I don't know what I'm thinking. I cannot do that. These are the 2 cards I played. No, these are the 2 cards I played. Either way, not a black worker. Okay, so we're going to spend 2 provisions then to take these 2. I might use this white worker to build. Definitely not using this blue worker for anything, so let's get another provision and then since I'm not defeating that, I'm going to spend these 2 provisions to add. More white workers are always good, but I can already tell my deck is very low on building resources. Yeah, I got 1 of each. Not that wood is my favorite building resource. Let's do it. That's good that Joe wants it, because I know Joe and I have actually talked about that game prior to Paul and I getting it. And he wasn't quite sure on it, so hopefully Paul's playthrough kind of sold him on it. Okay. Not really much else I can do adding my deck, so let's go ahead and play this here. So I'm going to have to draw a card, which means I shuffle and put that there. Now, what I could do with one of these guys here is do this, and hopefully it gives me something good, but worst case, it is a draw 1 out of my deck. That might be my best bet. Alright, drawing a card, a blue worker. Well, we know we did not really want to see that. And now I'm not as bad off here. Do I bribe? Do I bribe? Or do I build one of these? There's also, I could play this now and discard it, getting the wood. Really all that's doing is the same as if I straight up discarded a card, but it gets one of these out of my deck. Now I'm getting a blue worker here. If I did that, funny enough, I could build one of these instead. No. I'm not doing that. That's very foolish. Yeah, I'm just getting a blue worker. Yeah, Paul, for don't mean this to make fun, but for all game long, you're like, man, everything, all the rolls are going so good, and then the score just wasn't quite there. Oh, I built this turn, notice. Okay. I think I'm going to need to build this colored worker space. I've gone through my deck. I may have added in and get a black worker, but if so, who knows where it is. So I'm going to need a black worker. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build this. And let's just get the provision. Provisions are always good. Always need. And now it's really, do I spin this? I think I do what I was thinking. Yeah, because if I play this here, it's still coming out of my deck, but I'm not getting any benefit. So, I'm going to play it and discard it. I have to draw one. I get a wood and a shell. Then I have my shell to bribe. I now get a red worker. And that is it. And at least now I will be able to have a black worker for this. And I'm not in a desperate situation on the flood. So, I like that. Let's suffer my attacks. I'm going to take 1 damage and bribe 1. And then move this down, these guys down, this here. draw my 4, 3, 4. This comes back. I'm getting 2 white workers. 1 shell, 1 provision, and I am taking a black worker. These aren't terrible, so, okay. Yeah, have a good night. Thank you again for joining. I know this is starting later and going later, but definitely enjoying you stopping by. Okay. Not quite getting building supplies. I can definitely see that being a holdup in building. I don't foresee needing more than 1 white worker this turn if I need any at all. So we're going to place that there to gain a provision. Let's spin the 3 provisions to go ahead and defeat this one. It's a shell. Put the white worker back. I don't think I'm going to build on the canal. There's just no real reason to. I think I can come out slightly resource ahead, not. So let's just get this provision and a shell and kind of delay building on to hopefully get some more resources, right? Because I don't like that I'm not been able to build right here. And I see brick being a problem to build my huts. So what did I do? I grabbed that. Oh, hopefully Paul is watching. I think I just grabbed my wood. Started talking. I would have had to have grabbed wood. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Paul can tell me, hopefully, if you're still checking in. Did I just grab my wood for this guy? Here's a yellow. Here's a white. Okay. Do I can still 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could bribe and not discard and potentially go 2 rounds without having to build on the canal. And that's what I might do. So I may not do this for the extra white worker in hopes that I could get some brick. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Suffer attacks. I'm going to pay the bribes. Oh, I say that. I know my card's going to make me draw. Maybe I use this. Let's see. Yeah, because I should have at least 3 still in here. Maybe not. Okay. And this might not be bad. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I totally ended my turn, I should have recruited my people. That's what I should have done. So let's buy a provision, spend a provision, and take these 3. Man. I don't know why I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay, thanks, Paul. I thought I did because I didn't think I had a wood any other way, but appreciate that. All right, so drew my cards. Let me get my 2 white workers. I know white workers are always needed, but I'm at least at a good spot right now to where I'm okay having done the play I just did. Let me get my shell, my provision, and a yellow worker. Okay. This is going to make me draw a card. Almost no way around it. Yeah. So, my only way around it, if I can hold off the flood one more time, I could defeat this one instead. Yeah, which gives me the wood for this. Wood. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use this for 2 provisions. I may be putting less in my deck, but I think it's probably worth it because I'm kind of coming out resource ahead here. I'm going to use 3 provisions, 2 yellow and a blue, and defeat this one. Get 2 shells and a wood. So I have the wood and 2 shells to pay my bribes, which means I wouldn't have to draw, which means I do need to place this here. And I will read story 51. And here, Paul, you can cover your ears since I know you're not this far along. Since the raid on the bandit camp and my visit there to recover supplies, I have had a feeling of being watched, and today I was proven correct. While helping bring in supplies this morning, a sharp cry and a flurry of movement from the tree line drew my attention. I walked over and found an inquisitive monkey sitting in the branches watching us at work. There it stayed for the rest of the morning, ever watchful. It was not until I sat down to eat at noon that I noticed the monkey had left. I was saddened as it had been a strange comfort to have the little one watching over us, but I was not sad for long. I turned back to see a creature making off with my meal. I gave chase and he dropped it, but didn't go far. I couldn't help but laugh in the light of recent events. I offered out some of the food, and before I knew it, the little bandit had made its way onto my shoulder, looking quite at home. It seems the ancestors have a sense of humor. So I find story card 65. Story card 65. And I add it to my hand. If this was already added during the previous game, I'd get a provision instead. So into my hand is the little monkey I found, which is pretty cool. 3 shells, or tuck it for 3 shells. If I could manage to do that this turn, that would be awesome. Let's see if I can. Unfortunately, I'm a shell short to do that. Is there a way I can do that? If I could defeat this... Yeah, this monkey is friggin' awesome. It is. And that's a really strong card. Yeah. So this is a bummer because using the monkey, I'm going to have enough shells and stuff to build this hut. But I have to use the monkey to do that. I'm 1 provision short. No, I'm sorry. I'm much more than a provision short or a coin short. Because I can get one provision here, which would let me. Oh, I would need 2 to dismiss this anyway. Okay, there's no chance of that. So let's play the monkey. On the bright side, I'm about to shuffle, so the monkey will go back in there. I'm getting my 3 shells. I'm going to get my 2 building resources here. And, man, I'll recruit 1 less card, but I think... I mean, the option would be build here or build here. Now, the other thing... I don't have any cards I could tuck if I built here anyway. And I have to pay bribes. These have to be used. So... no matter what, I get a provision. I think I don't build that this turn. I think I take this card. Definitely want that one. That's my strong wood guy. 2 of these buys me this card. And then I could spend 4 coins or shells, excuse me, to get this one. But I think I'm going to hold on. I think I'm going to hold on because I have to build this next turn. So I know that is being used next turn. And man, I would just like, that gives me a brick with 1 more shell. I could build this hut and then possibly tuck a card. Plus I need to kill a bandit. So yeah, let's do it. Suffer attacks, going to pay the bribes. Oopsies. Do that. Bring this here. These don't go there. This goes. That is not one I wanted to see at all. That's not one I ever want to see, actually. I'll just say that right now. I'm always going to be disappointed when that thing comes out. Let's pull this back, draw my 4 cards. That's right, I used this and I trashed one. So I do only have 2 of the draws left in the deck, which is okay. Honestly, they're probably way better late game than early game. So, okay, I'm most likely going to get a tuck this turn. So that is something to think about. I drew my cards. Get my 2 white workers. Let's get my shell. Get my provision. And that should have been there probably a while back. Do enjoy the reward from it. Yes, this reward. Yes, that is very good. Oh, I didn't realize that was being cut off. There we go. Yeah. Yes. So that is the one I most likely want to defeat. Let's go ahead and take a yellow in case I don't defeat it. And I choose this one. Let me draw on 2 barbarians this turn. Yeah, let's take a yellow. Nice thing is it's easiest to defeat. I'm almost certainly defeating that one this turn. It is worth spending the extra provision. Okay. Alright, things I know I'm going to do that will not change. If I could get... So if the card I draw is any type of worker, I could get any type of warrior. I could do this one and this one, right? Yeah, because I have that is enough to do this, and I just would need any color. So I think actually the first thing I'm going to do is this. No, that is stupid. I can't do that first or the flood hits me. Do I want the flood to hit me mid-turn or at the end of the turn? Mid-turn or the end of the turn? No matter what, this is being 2 provisions. I can't gamble it. Yeah, I cannot gamble it, so we're just going to play them each. Honestly, we're probably just going to play them each. And even though I'm building this turn, we're going to gamble whatever card I draw is the one I want to tuck. And I'll make it work. Yeah, that's what we're going to do, because we want to get all these things shuffled in. So, a red and a yellow. Let's do my recruiting first. So this. I don't think I can delay it. Let's do that. No. I have to delay it. I have to do all my recruiting first. One of these is getting a provision. So I have 1 provision to spend on this one. Okay, here's my thought process. If I spend 2 to get a provision to put this in my deck before I shuffle, put it in my deck before I shuffle, this is going to get me 1 provision. But I need 1 more in order to afford the last brick to build. I don't think I can do it. Like, odds are I probably... No, I'm not going to do it. We're just going to... We're going to play this. No, we're not going to play this. We're going to build this. Got to keep everything in order. This. I now need to take a damage and get a brick and a wood. So I have to shuffle. This comes here. Staying ahead of the flood. That is all I'm doing right now. Okay, that is the trash card. Now, I play this to draw a card. Draw a card and get a shell. Okay. I should have. I'm not thinking right. I should have done this way sooner too. I want to keep the yellows. I can get a red back. Just spent my 3 provisions. Done this to draw this. Okay. Well, that is lucky. Okay. Well, that definitely is what we're doing now. I'm going to build. Use this for a brick, and then a white, 3 brick, and a wood to build this. I'll think about where I'm putting that here in a second. I'll think about it now since I'm getting a story element. If I do this, I could defeat this. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to get red. Okay. And I'm on story element number 2. Oh, this is long. No, it's short. I covered up to 3. Even as we make room for more workers, the space is quickly filling. Just today, I met a craftswoman from Yangqing. The clay she is sculpting is exquisite. I feel her skills are wasted on making rice bowls and jars, but the flood is a beast that respects no work and no one. So I file this here. I find number 11, place it face down on top of my ready pile. Number 11. Let's not even look at it. Let's just grab it, put it face down. But I'm happy for that. My guess is it is going to be somebody that gets 2 brick. Since I had one of those that gave me 2 other things. Okay. Playing this for a provision and a shell. Spending these 2 for a provision. Spending 2 provisions to defeat this guy here. 2 provisions, 2 yellows, and a red. And that is that one there, which gives me 3 shells. 2, 3. Okay. And I'm 100% tucking this. And it kind of doesn't matter. I either pay the bribe or I recruit. There's benefits both ways. Paying the bribe means that you get less, like you're not going to go through the deck and into shuffling as soon. Recruiting would be if they're one of these guys, or specifically this one actually, since I can afford it. If I'm like desperate for whatever they're providing, it would be worth probably the exchange. I'm not necessarily in this case, so I think paying the bribe would be better. So that's where it is. Last thing I'll do is this, and let's get blue workers since it's the only thing I can foresee really needing in the future. So for my attacks, I'm going to pay the bribe. I'm going to move this here, move these down, do this and this. Okay, not a bad round, aside from my slight misplay of defeating that barbarian that was here after I shuffled instead of before, because that card would have gone to my hand. But as it turns out, it was one I wanted to tuck anyway, so kind of is a wash. Okay, let's get my 4 cards, and yes, I was correct. It is the same thing as the other guy that gave you 2 wood. This one is 2 brick. Oh, look, there they are. See? Yeah, those are some couple special cards that got added in. Okay, well, let's talk about building resources because there is a ton. I might build a second hut this turn. Okay, let's get my 2 white workers. My 2 shells now. 2 provisions. And blue, red is leaning toward that one, plus that takes black. I am not getting black workers, and that is something I'm going to have to figure out. Let's take another blue. Makes most sense. I'm going to get a red. I could technically defeat this one, but golly, that I'm going to just easier. I forgot to move my barge back here. Okay. I'm almost 100%. Let's see. Let's think about the order in which I do this. I don't need... If I build on the canal, I get this brick, which then I have everything I need. So I don't even need to think about order. That is 100% what I want to do. Let's do it first. Yeah, let's 100% do that first. So 3 white workers, 2 shells. Build the canal, get brick, and then wood. And I'm liking this. I got tons of wood. I could ride this one for days. And take 2 damage. Okay. I could tuck this turn. What do I tuck? What do I tuck? Well, I can't tuck this one because I need the 2 brick. I think we build the hut now. Yeah. Yeah, it gives me a provision. Build the hut now. And another story element. 41. Paul, if you're watching, sorry for all the spoilers. The flooding continues to displace whole villages. A father and his 2 sons, a hunter and a farmer, arrived in camp today. The father will be a great asset to the camp, and the 2 sons bring honor to their family. They are eager to help where they can and bring news of the rise in raiders. This news is concerning. So I'm going to file this. Find 60 and place it face up in my exhausted pile. Interesting. Another, I got the 2 brick workers there. So yeah, that one there. Make sure I just want to make sure I read the right one. 60. Yeah, that's it. Face up into my exhausted pile. Which is interesting because the other one went face down on top. Not that I necessarily need it. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do? No matter what, I have to get... Not no matter what, I technically could get a red worker here. I feel like it's a waste to... here, things that are no matter what. White worker for a provision. This is interesting. I could build one of these. I could build one of these. Do I tuck the draw an extra card at this point? Maybe. I think I might. I know, tons of story tonight. The first two huts I built, I actually think I've kind of thumbed through, just seeing. I think I only had 2 story left in my huts because I've gotten a ton in my first game. Okay, so I'm going to talk out what I'm thinking here. I can place a worker here to get a brick. This guy gives me 2 wood, that's 3 wood, and a brick to do this, and build one of these, which I like. I need to defeat a barbarian. The only hesitation I have with that is this would be the card that I end up tucking, and I would not be able to get the wood from this. It's probably okay. Let's go ahead and get 2 wood here. I know that is something I'm doing. And this one I know I want to defeat. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to get the red worker here. And then I actually have to use that red worker to generate a red worker. Then I'm going to spend my 3 provisions. 2 blue and a red to defeat this. Or do I defeat this one? Well, it's kind of the same, actually. No, this is the cheap one to bribe. It's not the same. Yeah. So, yeah, defeat this one. 1, and I was going to get the white worker anyway. Didn't think about that. Okay. And now, yeah, I think I go ahead and build one of these. And at the moment, blue is looking like the thing I'm going to need a ton of workers for anyway. Although they all came out, so odds are the rest won't be that. It at least helps with this immediate effect. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go here to get a brick. And I'll spend the 1 brick, 3 wood, a white worker to take the blue one. That gets a shell. Here. And then I think I'm tucking. I'm recruiting this. I'm recruiting this one because I need black workers some way. This pays a bribe. Is it? I don't know that I want to draw an extra card. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 12. I have 14. So 3 cards with a little bit to spare, or 3 turns with a little bit to spare, or 2 turns with a lot to spare. I'm going to keep it in my deck. Yeah, we'll do this. I'm happy with this. I'll tuck something next turn, I think. Actually, last minute decision. What if I don't do either of those? And what if I gain the provision? Yeah, let's do that. That seems... No, then it's losing 2 cards. I'll gain the provision with something else. Okay. Gain the wood. Final decision there. Okay. Suffer my attacks. I'm going to pay bribes. 2 are coming out. Stay here. That. And... Okay. Get my 4 cards. 3, 4. Get these guys back. It's funny, I had all these white workers and stuff, and then they just dwindled down. I do get 2 white workers there. I now get 3 shells. 3. I get 2 provisions. And color of my choice. I have a way of defeating red and yellow. Maybe this is the time that I take black. This is most definitely a time that I take black. Or blue. No, that's okay. We're alright with this. Do I want to tuck one of these? These 3 pretty much function the same. Now is when I kind of wish I was had some milk. Okay. I can defeat the first 2. So what all do I need? I would need 2 more provisions. The first 2 are going to make me draw. Don't necessarily want to spend the extra provision to defeat this one instead. So no matter what, I'm defeating this one. So let's do that now. 2 provisions, 2 white being used as blue, and a yellow. I'm going to get a shell and draw a card. Okay. Do I want to draw more cards? Probably not. That's probably going to end up being used here. So, what all do I have to spare? Defeating this covers the bribe for this. And then this gets the bribe for that. I like that. So let's put this here, and get another black. Let's use that black to get a provision. let's use these two provisions, these two whites, and a red to defeat this one. Get 2 shells and a wood. Wood's going to cover a bribe. This, I'm pretty sure I just want to cover a bribe. Yeah, because I'm not too worried about the building supplies now that I know I have these big building supply things in the deck. Okay. So I had to draw 1 card. I have room for 1 more card or 1 more damage. And I kind of want to tuck. Yeah, let's tuck. Tucking is the same as getting a blue worker for that. The white workers are never going to be a bad thing, and most likely I can build one of these when I do build the next canal space. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Getting 3 white workers a turn. So for the immediate couple turns, I'll be getting an excess of white workers, but ultimately no payoff. And then this is going to go here, and I'm going to get a provision. And now I am just going to spend 2 provisions. Recruit all of these. Okay, I'm in a good spot. Oh, last thing, let's do this. Let's just get a brick. I have a feeling I'll be at an abundance of brick, but I mean, definitely don't want to just take a shell, because that would be if I'm needing to buy provisions, really. They help to buy workers, but I don't think workers are going to be necessarily too much of my problem, so we're just going to take a break. Okay, let's do it. Sever attacks, going to pay the bribes. These come here. And I should be out of really needing blue workers is the thing. Oh yeah. A lot of black. It's okay. I'll be alright. Move these here. And I'd really like to get this done with, right? And just not have to worry about it in these final rounds. I'm now taking 3 white. I need to draw my 4 cards. I'm taking 3 shells. 1, 2, 3, and 2 provisions. Draw my 4, and then I'll decide. Ooh, my monkey friend. I forgot about tucking him. I should have waited. That was a brain slip for sure. But it is what it is. Unless I want to do it now. I only drew 3. Unless I want to do it now. Do I want to do it now? Let's think about it. I'm most certainly taking another black. No. I have the black. I need a red. Okay. So this plus this card is enough to defeat these. And that makes me draw a card. So is that going to be my other card draw? 4. I could wait one more turn to... Yeah, I'm going to wait one more turn to build on the thing. Because I can do it with all my shells and whatnot and have the resources. But it's not the best way to do it. You know what? Instead of taking a red, maybe I take a yellow. Well, I can always change the color, so it's not really that big of a deal. Oh, and I have a yellow. But it might be, let's think. No matter what, I'm going to beat this first one. So I'm going to spend my 2 provisions. Do I have 3 shells in here? No. I'm going to buy a provision. And then I'm going to spend 2. And spend 2 white and black to defeat this one to get 3. I moved my barbarians, but I didn't fill these. Cost an extra provision to defeat this one over this one. No, it's probably not worth it. Honestly, I might just take the damage and keep the workers anyway. That's probably the better call. So if I'm going to draw this turn, I may as well just do it. So, let's get a black. Let's buy a provision. And then spin the 2 black and the red. And to defeat this one, it gives me a shell and a draw a card. Okay. I think at this point I just spend 4 for 2 provisions and use those 2 provisions to recruit all 3 of these cards. I will just take all these workers. What do I need? Fish? None of you are fish. Yeah, take all these workers. A blue, a white, a yellow. I'm really hoping this is the last food storage card, but I highly doubt it. This game's teasing me. And then 3 shells. Okay. Start my turn, I'm drawing 3 shells, so that's that. Then let's just get... Oh, that could have been terrible. Let's get a black. Let's get a provision. And let's get... I want to build this for sure, so let's get a brick. Okay. This is one of the first times I'm carrying over a provision. Look at that. I'm going to be perfect on shells. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Suffering attacks. Maybe I do 1 and 1. Oh, shoot. No. No, No, I have to bribe. That was the whole thing. That was almost a very boneheaded mistake. I have to bribe. Two. 1, 2, 3. My deck is super thick because I've been paying all the bribes. My deck is super thick. Oh, I'm immature. But anyway, my deck is super thick because I've been paying all the bribes. So I've been able to keep the cards. So I'm going to be able to sacrifice a lot of cards. I'm in a good spot. I'm pretty comfortable here. Okay. Let's draw my last 4 cards here. Let's get my 3 white workers. 1, 2, 3. Let's get 2 provisions and 3 shells. Okay. Like a can. I'm glad, Paul, you are just as immature as me. Okay. I need to build on the canal. And I need to defeat 2 barbarians. So I'm getting a black. I didn't take my black. I'm pretty positive I didn't take my black. Shoot. Paul, tell me if I took my black. Sorry. From this. I think I did. Dang it. Why can I not remember? Why am I so dense? Let's think. No. I went here at the end of the turn and got a black. Okay. So I did not. Okay, so I have 3 black. Yellow. Yellow poses a problem. So maybe I end up having to build this. I need to defeat 3. Okay, yeah, I figured I did not. Yellow is going to be an issue here. So I'm almost certainly going to have to do this. I can get 1 here, get 1 here, so I'll need to buy 1. Okay. I can't do any of the defeating until after I build on the canal. So let's put this in here. I need 4 provisions. 4 provisions. That's my 4 provisions. I'm just thinking, can I afford to buy both these? And I think I can. So I'm going to do it. Because I know I'm about to have to shuffle. And that's really what I'm thinking about now. And then I want to use as many as I can before I shuffle as well. And I don't think I'm going to trash any of these. I know I'm for sure not going to trash the drawing card ones, at least yet. I don't want to do that. Actually, I can't before I build, so just get the workers there. Yeah, I will have plenty of my provisions. Do I need 1 more white worker? Probably not right now. repeating this. I could hold off. Oh, this should be here. Which means I have plenty of time. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking. You had a black on the hut. Plenty of time. Yeah, that's right, because I waited to build this one and then built this immediately. In that case, is that right? I feel like this is supposed to be here. I built it immediately and I've been waiting. No, I don't think so. I think I am correct. Dang, I don't want to make it harder for myself, but I also don't want to cheat. Did I forget to move it? Well, let's, in either way, let's think here. Dang, Paul, I hate to ask you, but is there any way you can go back and make sure I didn't cheat the last time that I shuffled? Was I supposed to move this? Or did I actually move it there? This was an early shuffle. I feel like this is supposed to be here. No, there's no way. I built this immediately after this one. Like the very next turn I built it. I think I am right. I think I'm just ahead there. Okay, let's get 2 provisions here. And let's defeat this one. Because I know I can do that pretty easy. I'm going to get 2 shells. I'm going to take out and get a provision. It's the other thing I could do instead of this. No, I don't want to get a provision. I'm going to spend 3 shells and get it's good. I think I'm correct. You should while he's looking at that, let me get my 3 shells back. So I think my issue is I think I want to build on the canal either way this turn. Because otherwise I cannot handle these well, I can with provisions. So if it is correct, I can do it with provisions. And then be able to kind of go into next turn swinging and be able to build both of these. Oh, got a drinking problem. Okay. And you know what? I'll do something while he's checking that. I'm going to go ahead and spin this. I don't think I need the white worker this turn. I hope. I'm pretty sure you are correct here. That's what it looks like. I think I built immediately on this. Right? Like when I went to this space here, the flood immediately followed me there. But then I immediately built here to buy myself some time. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do this. Right, that is a fish. Yeah. I don't think I need the white worker here. I think I'll be okay, so let's do 14. Bo Yi came running to my tent in his usual fashion. I waited patiently for him to relay to me that the food store was full. Overflowing, in fact. Yi tells me that the forage parties are not all back yet, and there is already no more room. It seems we must celebrate, for it would bring a curse to waste food when we have gone wanting for so long. A feast tonight, then. The workers can celebrate, and we will honor the spirits for their providence. We now have one focus alone. The flood will not rest until it has devoured our entire land if we let it. But we will not. We will rise up to meet it, slay this beast. First, I think I will just soak in peace of the camp, knowing that we will not go hungry again. Please be done with these stupid food storage. So, food storage goes to history. Or shortage, excuse me. Goes to history. Place townsfolk in the discard pile. Draw 2 townsfolk cards from the townsfolk draw pile to my hand. Okay. Well, I have to shuffle that. Now for this, I draw a yellow. I'm gravy. Okay, well, not at all what I was wanting or expecting, but here we are. So let's get the wood. And then let's draw a card. I have to spin the shell. This blue and get a yellow. This yellow. No. Actually, if I'm not doing it this turn, this can get this provision. So there's my provisions for that. So let's just spend 3 shells. We'll get another wood. I'm actually not certain here, but that's alright. And then we'll play this, draw a card, and get this. So now this goes here. Yeah, you built it. Okay. Well, thank you very much for checking. I just want to make sure I wasn't cheating. So I think what I'm going to do is probably build next turn, because I'm going to have all the supplies to then cover both spaces. So yeah, that's kind of my plan. Okay, the card I draw, a white worker. And I'm so thankful I'm done with these food shortage. No more to set up for next game. Okay. So yeah, let's take this white worker here. Let's then defeat these. So I'm going to need to spend one of these and a provision for a yellow worker. Okay. And then I have to buy another provision. So one provision plus one. I'll defeat this one first. Gives me a shell and draws another card. And then two more provisions, two black and a yellow for two more shells and a brick. And then let's get, I guess, a wood here. So here's the choice. I come here, I could build one of each building type. Or I could try and go heavy on brick and build both huts. I'm going to need the versatility. I'm going to build one of each, so I'll get a wood. Okay, and a provision. And a shell. And our white worker. No. I was thinking maybe I go crazy and I... yeah, no way. I kill this, because technically I could with all my shells, but I'd have to buy a total of 6 provisions. So it's not worth it. I'm going to be collecting. So now I'm at a point I have plenty of building resources. Yeah, so I'm going to be sacrificing this and 2 for that. So I'm going to buy 1 more provision going into next round. And we'll take our attacks. So we'll spend 2 shells. Whoops. 2 shells and the brick. Yeah, 2 shells and the brick to pay the bribes. Yeah, it's probably worth it. Why did I put those there? And then at this point, I can pretty much just discard cards because my deck is still pretty thick. Put those there. Plus, I'm going to need townsfolk and these here. Okay. We're in a good spot. We're actually in a very good spot. So, let's do that. Let's get my 3 white workers. I gotta spin these white workers. My 3 shells. My 2 provisions. And now blue, don't need to worry about. It's yellow and red. So we'll make red this. So I'm going to take a yellow. Yeah. Okay. While I could draw out the game for many more turns, I think I'm just going to start pushing here because I've got a ton of supplies and I've got enough to build this straight up. So let's start let's start there. Let's start building on the canal. Also, this could be terrible, so I do need to take that into consideration. And at some point, I have to defeat 3 barbarians. I'm going to take both those things into consideration really quick. No, I might tuck the draw card, actually. Now is kind of the time. Yeah, with this one. I'm going to do it. So, first thing we're going to do is build on the canal. 3 white workers, 2 shells. Build. I'm going to take 2 damage. Boom, 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 boom. And get my brick and my wood. I'm then going to build this hut. Three brick. Wood and white worker. To build this hut, let's get the red. Maybe I won't need to make it red. Maybe I'll make it black. We'll see. It's that hut. Get a provision. It's a lame after all my sweet stories. Get a provision. I'm gonna tuck this one. Oh gosh. There we go. Do I want to build both? No, I don't want to build both huts. That is... This is a red. I have a red. And that's that one. Which also gives me a brick. Maybe I do build both huts. Okay, so... Let's play this one. Get a red. I could even discard it. Do I need this? No, that'd be drawing way too many cards, right? That'd be silly. Yeah, we're just gonna get the other red. Spend 2 provisions. 3 red and a blue to beat this one. So that's 2 shells. And a brick. Do I make it yellow? Do I make it black? Do I make it red still? I gotta make it a color. I can't build another hut. That would be, I'm pretty sure, foolish. Yeah, and then this can be a bride. Yeah, I like that. So, I have another shell. Let's go ahead and defeat that. Let's spend this guy to get a yellow. And then 2 more provisions. 2 yellow and a blue to defeat this one. White worker. And then spend a white worker. 3 of that and that. I'm about to shuffle a deck, so really, it's kind of a crapshoot on what it is. Let's do red, because this will give me a black. Let's do red. And then this for a provision. Spend my 2 provisions. Recruit these guys. And now I need to spend some stuff. Let's draw a card. And there's a black. Let's get a brick. I gotta spend. I'll spend it on. Let's spend 2 shells on a provision. This, which gives me a provision and a shell. And I think just 2 more shells on a provision. Yeah, that is a good spot to be in. We're hoping this isn't terrible. Okay, so let me suffer my attacks. Provision. And damage? You didn't get your brick from the townsfolk, you got it from the hut space. Oh, thanks, Paul. Okay. I would like to immediately build again. I have the black workers to beat this. This last one is, I think, 2 shells, which is not the best. I'm going to keep that. I am going to trash a card for this barbarian. Now 3 come out. Paul, MVP of the night by making sure I am playing right. Okay. And so at some point I have to defeat, no, actually at this point I have to always defeat 3, right? Right. Yeah. I basically always have to defeat 3. If I let it go 1 more, I would have to defeat 4. Which I do not want to be in that spot. That is a terrible spot to be in. 4 and now 5 cards. I am way ahead on the flood, so I have no problem sacrificing townsfolk at this. But she's on this side of things. Yeah. Yeah, so I have no problem dismissing these guys at this point, although I don't know that I want to just keep drawing a million cards. I'm getting 3 white workers. Let me pull all these guys back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shells. I did not think about that. I forgot I was getting extra shells, so I missed out on 2. If I lose by 2 shells, that is why. 2 provisions. Okay. Things I want to do this turn. Here, which needs a yellow worker. Plus this needs a yellow worker, so I'm most certainly getting yellow here. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is my final push, right? So I build on the canal and do the story element and then react to it, I think is my best bet. I think so. I know no matter what, I need some provisions. Oh, I'm spending 3, so no. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll do 2, red, and the yellow. And we're gonna build here 3 shells and do story element. I do take 2 damage. I assume the story element is good because my assumption, I'm just going to go off what I'm thinking here, because typically it would be like destroy cards, get either a wood or a brick, right? So I'm still destroying 2 cards. Now, could be bad because typically you'd be destroying 3 cards with this card. So we'll see. We'll find out right now. Number 5. In all that I have to deal with in this grand task, I never thought that I would be flooding homes myself. Earlier this morning, we released water into a canal we had been digging. It is a sight to see the water being sent on a course that we intended, a beast tamed. It has happened many times now, and every time it brings my joy and a new sense of hope that we can achieve what my father could not. This morning, however, brought not only the divine sense of accomplishment, but also a man, a hermit from the look of him. It seems that in the course of diverting the flood waters, we have sent the river into his home and destroyed it. Thankfully, he was not home at the time, and is thus able to stand before us. But he is failing to see the benefit of this without a home to go back to. I definitely understand that. Perhaps I will talk to him about joining our camp. The tools he carries look well used, and I'm sure his strength could be better used than berating poor Bo Yi. File this under the history. Find card 4 and put it into huts and canals for future games. Okay, makes sense. Find card 5 and place it face up in my exhausted pile. Okay, so another couple wood guy. Okay, actually not a bad story element. Okay, so I want to defeat 3 barbarians. Number 1 game plan. I need another yellow. This defeats the first. So let's just straight up do that. On provision. These guys to defeat this one. Which gives me 1. The guy back. Second one is 3 shells. And a yellow worker. So let's spin 3 shells. A brick. I'm going to dismiss this for a blue and a wood. I'm going to spin my guy, 2 brick, and a wood to build this hut here for the yellow worker. Ooh, draw a card off top of the deck. So this one, red and some yellow. I'm in pretty good shape to just start dismissing stuff. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to dismiss these two. Yeah, because I still need 1, 2, 3, 4 more provisions. And I have 3. So yeah, yeah, and I'm not too worried about the flood. Let's dismiss these two. So I draw 2 cards and get 2 shells. What do I want to tuck? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to dismiss all these guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm in a very good spot. Let's go ahead and dismiss this one. Draw another card. Get a shell and a brick. So if I can get 3 wood, this is my yellow guy I need. Let's dismiss both of these for 2 blue, black, and a shell. Draw 2 cards. Wait, why did I get a shell? No. Excuse me. I was looking at the top guy. Draw 2. Ooh, my monkey. It's the last turn of the game. Tucking him now. I mean, okay. I don't have wood. 1, 2, 3. I would have to buy all the wood, not technically. So I need 1 yellow worker and this to defeat the next one. And I just need 1 yellow worker, which I have. Let's go ahead and defeat those. So I'll get the yellow worker. And let's spend the 2 provisions. I'm going to defeat this one first. Spin the 2 provisions. 2 blue and a yellow. To defeat this one. Get a shell. Draw a card. Nothing that's giving me wood. Oh man. I mean, I again should just dismiss these. So this and the white, and let's do this. A white and a red. I don't need any more. I don't need any more brick. So this is the card I'm going to tuck, actually. Let's do it. Let's spend 9. Yeah, let's spend 9. I'm going to buy 3 wood. And then spin this brick with it. And this white worker. To Get black. Get this blue back. Okay. Do I draw 2 more cards? Kind of might as well. Might as well. I think I'm fine here. So, monkey did great. 3 of these. Oh gosh. Sorry. Man, didn't expect this to be a 2-hour game. So monkey, draw a card. This one, get the yellow. Draw a card. Well, there's the wood. Don't need it now. Okay. Use my 2 provisions. 2 red. And a yellow. To defeat this one, get 3 of these back. 3. And really, I think I'm pretty fine. You know what? I might as well defeat one more. Let's burn this for 3 provisions, which I'm actually going to use to defeat this one, like this. Get 2 more and a brick. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. No, this will be alright. And then I'll burn this for a wood and a black worker. And then I just kind of come across here. I get my provision. This should get... I would almost say a yellow worker, but because I'm not sure I need another yellow worker. In worst case, if I do, I can come here and there. So we'll just do a red because they're universal at this point. This, and this. So that is 2 more shells. This is drawing a card. Yellow worker, nice. This is... I might as well take the wood. Okay. And pay a bribe. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to spend 4 coins. And I'll just take 2 provisions from that. Can never go wrong with provisions. Oh, and actually I should just recruit these. Get a yellow. So I don't need the brick. Okay. Except for my attacks. I know, this turn is crazy, right? Like, I've now got it down to 1 barbarian, which in truth I could have decided to beat if I wanted to, but I just wanted to go ahead and get all the bonuses. So I'm going to do that, and then now I'm like at a situation where I only really have to defeat 2 barbarians, and I'm good to go. I'll bring the barge back. So I will attempt to play this pretty quick here because I don't think I'm in a losing situation. I basically cannot lose from the flood, even with taking all those cards out of my deck. So I draw 5 cards. Look at that. My double wood, double brick guys at a state I don't need any of that. So thank goodness I took all the stuff. Take all these back here and get my 3 white workers. 2, 3. I think it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which should be exactly what I have here. Yep, 6. 2 provisions. And a yellow. Okay. So let's, for the sake of attempting to be quick here, and I have to shuffle that. Let's build on the canal first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I build on the canal. I get a brick. Woo, brick. Take 3 damage. Shuffle. This moves. Your oh yeah, thank you. A colored worker. I mean, I guess I might as well get yellow. Get any colored worker really. Okay, so I'm taking 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. It really doesn't matter. I can trash all these guys for a whole bunch of building resources and a whole bunch of colored workers. So I'll do that. I'm not even going to grab the building resources. Let's just grab some colored workers here. I guess I'll take a yellow. I have to defeat 2. So let's do that. Actually, I'll use the building resources. So a white worker and the millions of building resources I produce to do this. And draw here. And now, it truly doesn't matter what color I do anything. I'm going to spend 4 provisions. And 6 workers. Warriors, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll defeat these 2. And that is it. I can pass from this point. I can suffer the damage of attacks. Your colored workers also, you didn't get it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can suffer the attacks. And that was it. This was, man, one of the most rollover games that I've done. I don't really know what did it for me, especially because I didn't end up getting my 2 special canal cards, right? Like, I at least had a 50% chance of, getting 1, which I guess means I had a 50% chance of getting none, right? But, yeah, didn't get either of those. And actually, it was more than a 50% chance. It's a 50% chance to draw the first one, and it's a 66% chance to draw the second one. Anyway, regardless, that's where it is. I have never had one where I've built out all my huts and all of my outposts. I've also never had a game where I didn't get essentially both of these, right? But I guess because I built this hut pretty early and was able to get a second white worker that way, just worked out. I don't know. I just had a ton of resources, so everything was right. But, nice thing, I get to draw my... Ooh, that's a defeat card. I don't want that one. My next terrible thing to happen to me card. So, I'm reading number 37. And because this game took 2 hours, I'm not starting another one because I can't go to 2 in the morning. But I'm glad I got this one in. Okay, here we go. 37. Irreplaceable Tashanchi. I cannot find... I've said Tashanchi a million times, and every time I'm going to stumble across it. I cannot find the words to describe the joy I have been rewarded for all of this labor. I look around me and I see what our people have done, what I am capable of leading people to achieve. We are not simply protecting ourselves from the wrath of nature, but with the sweat of our brows and the life in our veins, we are reshaping this land, bending nature to our will. My only wish is that everybody could see what I see. It seems our progress is starting to disturb some of the larger bandit clans. When last my scouts reported on a number of bandits in the area, they brought with them disturbing news. They saw amongst the rebels we are used to seeing men and women of huge stature, broad and tall, wearing armor and weapons, the likes of which I have not seen. I can only speculate, but it would appear that the local barbarians have mustered their gold together to hire mercenaries into their camp. We will have to train more men to fight, and there will be sacrifices. The coming months will be treacherous, but I believe in what we are building here. And regardless of how big the mountain is, it can never block out the sun. So I can already tell I'm about to... Thank you, Paul. I'm about to have to probably add some terrible barbarians to the deck, and yep, that's exactly it. Which is kind of a bummer. As bad as the fort was, I really only had to struggle with it for a couple games. This means I'm going to have these barbarians rest of the time. So Paul, look away if you don't want to see. We're starting at 56, so 56, 57, 58, 59. So we got 4 of them. Look at that. They each take 4 workers. Now, 2 of them are story elements, which means they most likely will, well, they'll be taken out. Hopefully nothing stronger in their place. But 2 of them will be permanently there. Interesting. 4 worker guys. Okay. Well, that is going into the good old barbarian deck. Put that away. And yeah, that's it. Although I think I also made my deck stronger, right? The thing about making the townsfolk deck stronger is there's way more cards than the barbarian decks. So like when you get the ones that are 2 wood, 2 brick, right? You're not guaranteed to see them until, you know, who knows, midway through the game. It's when you're really like recruiting enough workers and then having shuffled to where you actually get to use them. So we'll see. But I think ultimately that should be easier than the fort was. The fort was pretty dang hard. And like in this case, I probably always had enough workers. Like I didn't even spend my last cards. Didn't worry about like dismissing to where like I should have the capability of beating those special 4 people workers. And I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm excited. As I said, I wish I could have played 2 games, but there's no way I'm starting another one. Because even if I get steamrolled, it's like 45 minutes. And I have a lot of plans tomorrow that my wife would kill me if I am sleepy for. So, with that said, I thank you all for watching. Paul, thank you so much for sticking it through. I know it's late for you too, so I really do appreciate that. But yeah, I am enjoying doing this campaign live, right? It's nice to have people to talk to. It's nice to have Paul double check me. And so I'm going to keep doing it. Really, it's fun for me. So even if it's not getting a ton of views, it's still something that I'm really liking to do. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. Don't know when the next one would be. I would like to say I would tomorrow, but we'll see. Again, it's always going to be later. Hopefully not this late. This is kind of special for it being a Saturday. But it's always probably going to be around 8 o'clock start time. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this after the fact, hopefully you're liking what you see. Please like, comment, subscribe. All those things help us. Help our channel grow. Paul and I both really do appreciate it. We'll catch all y'all in the next one.